Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, you are about to have quite the night and day difference when it comes to your outlook on life. So much of your perspective is changing from day to night. Yeah. It will be quite the contrast. And a contrast that you're needing. A contrast needed for your soul's evolution. Hi, Libra. I've been sitting here just trying to find the words to say. And I was just sitting and waiting, trying to let myself receive. And I'm filming in my, damn, I sound really blessed in saying this. I'm filming in my second living room upstairs, and same couch. It's all one couch. It just, there were so many pieces, I was able to make it into two couches, two sitting areas. But I was just like sitting here, and I've had like the biggest block in I think this was the reading that has had me like majorly blocked, which is why this is late as fuck. But is it really late, or did I need to wait for the message to come? I feel like I got a lot of like my own personal things worked out and situated mentally. But I was just sitting here and I looked over at this book my best friend gave me for Christmas. If you don't know, now you do. But on the back of it, I just picked it up, and it says, "Justice begins with one woman." And as you know, Libra is the justice card in Tarot. And so that was no coincidence. Maybe some of you need to study Kyoshi from the last Airbender, the Avatar, the Last Airbender series, not Blue Avatar. Don't play with me. But anyway, that was a message. Justice begins, what is it? Justice begins with one woman. I don't know what that means for you. Eat the meat, leave the bones, take it as you will. But that thing about the night and day difference, the like, part of me wants to film this now, it's nighttime now, part of me wants to film the rest of it tomorrow and during the day. I meant to like have it split, but there's something there behind that symbolism. Like, what's going on with the split? What's going on with the night and day difference? What's going on with this internal conflict? And something may just feel like a night and day difference. And this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. But by the way, what's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2025, baby. Let's get into it. I'm going to start by clearing out some of this funky ass energy. I didn't bring all my bells, but I brought the one that matters. They all matter. I love all my bells, but I brought out the big dogs for you. Clearing out any funky ass energy, welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2025. Hydrate, light it if you need it. You like my earrings? I got them in Hawaii as well as this robe. I couldn't acquire a new robe this trip, but other things were acquired. So check out that Aquarius season astrology video that has all the important astrological transit dates. But I will put you on game that Venus closes out her cycle, her full rotation around the sky, and enters Aries on February 3rd. And this is a whole new era. This is a whole new cycle. This is a whole new chapter. You haven't been where you're about to go. And I just saw 4:44 on the clock. Keep seeing 444 on the right path for sure. But I feel like a lot of us are in this place of questioning our path, questioning what is to come after the storm. What are we learning in the day? What are we learning at night? I feel like Gemini and Libra have something in common where they have the twins. Like Gemini has the twins, they have like multiple, there's two different personalities. And I feel like Libra has the same thing. There's two different sides of the scale. And there is some shit that's out of balance that I feel like is causing the night and day difference, or you get things in balance and that causes the night and day difference. You may be also noticing this like duality within yourself where like you're operating on one side of the scale more so than the other, or vice versa. But I feel like there's just a lot going on with duality. There's a lot going on with, duality that's leading to a whole heap of indecision. And it's interesting because Libras are stereotypically known for their indecision or their issues making decisions quickly. But the thing is you guys aren't necessarily indecisive. Libras just have more options than people, especially a Libra sun or a Libra rising. We just have more options. And so there's something there around like being gracious with yourself, extending yourself grace while you weigh your options. But I also feel like a lot of you already know. Like a lot of you already know what it is. A lot of you already know what the decision is. A lot of you already know what the choice is. It's just a matter of making it. Some of us are afraid to disappoint people. Some of us are afraid to see things for as they truly are. But either way, let's get into it. I'm ready. So like I said, just breathe, hydrate, light it if you need it as we welcome in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2025. A lot of us may be struggling to acknowledge or identify anxiety in our body. There could just be something there around like you having a hard time registering that what you're experiencing is anxiety. You may have different words for it. I feel overwhelmed, or I feel, whatever it is. I feel like the source of that has been this slowdown. And it's interesting because Venus goes into Aries on February 3rd, but she's going to retrograde there. And so she's going to spend quite a lot of time in Aries. I think she's there until June or something of that nature. But with your ruling planet entering the sign of I am, there is a whole new cycle of you realizing like who you are and what you're ready to do about it, what you stand for, what needs to be pioneered, what needs to be generated. There's also like a fearlessness. For some of us, it's a recklessness that will come with Venus and Aries. A combative kind of nature, a like move, just fucking move, just move something, do something, hurry up, let's go, chop, chop, let's go. So you may need to check that energy within yourself, or people around you may not be used to you being in that energy, may not be used to you wanting to pick up the pace, but I just feel like in some sort of way you start picking up the pace. All right. But just be aware, Venus entering Aries is a whole new cycle. This is a whole new chapter that you're being ushered into. And so there probably has been some growing pains. There probably has been a lot of uncomfortability or changing or misreading or reading and trying to keep things aligned. Either way, let's go. For Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2025. First card out is the 9 of Wands. And so there's something about the end of a fight. And it's funny because I was saying Aries energy is going to bring in a combative nature, but I feel like there's an ending of a fight or an ending of something that you've been fighting for. There may be a whole new cycle, laying something finally to rest with someone in the past. There could be realizing that the resources all around you. I feel like also there's like new sight, being able to see something clearly, see someone clearly. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements playing a big role, or there could be an ending or with someone with those placements because you see what they are, you see what they're fighting for. I also feel like some of you are finally like putting the end to breadcrumbing. You may be breadcrumbing somebody or someone has been breadcrumbing you, but I feel like it gets dealt with. So the first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne for Aquarius season 2025 is like, what are you fighting for? What fight needs to be fought? What do you need to put effort into? What resources are around you? What are you leaning on? What's your support system? Who would you consider your support system? What's going on with your friends? What's going on, like acquiring friends, maintaining friendships, sustaining friendships or building friendships with people that are actually like-minded individuals to you? I feel like a veil is being lifted for a lot of us as well. Please continue for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I also feel like a lot of us, like there's an ending to linear thinking, or there's been some like cyclical or like boxed in thinking. For some of you, your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy feels like caged, or there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your life that's expressing that, or they're caging their energy, or you're caging their energy, or, you know, I say a lot of you, but flip it. There's just something there with like the awareness of the cage, breaking out of the cage, being able to see things for as they are. The origin of this card is a soldier home from war. And so I just feel like this is the end of a fight, like coming home from fighting so much, or from, and I feel like a lot of you, it doesn't feel like necessarily a fight that you're having with someone, though it could be, but there's just something there, I feel like, about an internal conflict that you're finally, like the war is over, the battles were won. The 10 of Pentacles, and I just saw this on the bottom of the deck. Nice. 9 to a 10, so there's the end of a fight that I feel like is bringing in some kind of abundance. This could be a new commitment. There could be a new cycle in the realm of your family. There could be a whole new chapter that you're experiencing when it comes to like your workplace, when it comes to some career initiative or something that you're trying to build professionally. There may be a whole new cycle with someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements. Some of you are getting animals. Some of you are reconsidering children. Some of you are there may have been a lot of family drama. Drama in the friend group, that like drama in the family, you know, like the friends that you consider family. They're, because the figure in the 9 of Wands is looking away from the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're coming into Aquarius season, or, you know, when you're seeing this, there's still lots of like looking back or comparing things to the past, or laying the past to rest in some sort of way. So this like new solid foundation can come in. I feel like some of you have something or have someone that is solid. You have like a solid idea. You have a solid relationship. You have a solid connection. You have it just feels like bedrock. Something is bedrock. I just felt that in my bones. Like something is strong, way stronger than you may be perceiving it to be, but it's strong. Some of you, there's a new tax bracket that you're breaking into. Some of you, there's way more money that you've acquired, or a bonus or something of value being given. Some of you are ready to solidify something. And I feel like it materializes in the physical realm. Like this is something that's happening in the physical world, not in this like abstract thought place. But there is a brand new beginning, a brand new cycle in the realm of your self-worth, which is going to usher in more money. But that new self-worth that's coming in, ooh-wee, may have some of y'all feeling and out here acting, may have some of y'all feeling yourselves and out here acting brand new. Some of you, you're starting, like you have this new connection to your body, like your physical body. Some of you, this is about business and career, you know, like the end of a fight and into something solid, I just heard quicksand. Like some of us have been in this place where we feel like we've been like fighting to get out of quicksand, and now we're standing on solid ground. Please continue for Libra, sun, moon, and rising. And then the Nine of Pentacles reversed. That's the thing. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this actually, the center of the reading or the center of Aquarius season is about the end of hyper independence for a lot of us. The end of being alone or feeling alone or keeping ourselves solitary in some sort of way. With the Nine of Pentacles reversed, it's interesting because Aquarius season is about hope, wishes, friends, and friends in higher places. And so this feels like in some sort of way, you finally get it through your thick skull that you need people, or that other people, like I'll get there faster. I'll get further with other people versus just trying to do it myself. Some of you have been in a place of feeling like very alone. Some of you have been in a place of like being frustrated by your solitude or your loneliness. Some of you have felt like there could have been issues with like time management, with your energetic budget. And I just feel like it's because like you may be drained because you've been trying to do it by yourself. And some of us have been like swatting at the hands that are trying to help us. And so I just feel like there's a shift in that. Damn, Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. There are some offers coming in. There are some really important conversations coming in because the divine is tired of you seeing you walk around with this damn bandage on your head. And it's like, yo, I'm trying to give you a crown, ho. What are you doing? What are you doing? Something also in your life may have been moving at a snail's pace. And I just feel like the pace is getting ready to pick up with Venus going into Aries. The pace of your life. There's a lot of stability here. There's a lot. Some of you may be afraid going from the 10 to the 9 of Pentacles. It's a small step down, but there could just be something here about like watching your spending, making sure that it's interesting. I don't want you to attach anxiety to your spending, but I just make sure that you are like, you don't need to be a miser, but there's just like, make sure that you are being fiscally responsible is what I'll say. Some of you have been cheap and need to stop that. Because it's fear-based. And some of you have just been flippantly like spending money like it, you know. And I like that. I like you being in that energy because there's this subconscious lesson that you're teaching yourself that money coming to me, money coming to me, money. So it doesn't matter if I spend it, it's coming. I want you, if that's where you're at, stay there. But just like, like taxes are coming up. Why? For me, example, perfect example. So tax season is coming up. My birthday's on tax day. Why am I buying bikinis in the middle of winter? Make it make sense, Jesus, please. Anyway, and did and would do it again, because I don't have this, I'm not allowing fear around resources to come in. And with the Nine of Wands being the first card out, there could just be something there around resources, understanding that the divine is your supply, not that job, not that, startup or whatever, not your boss, like whoever signs your check, that is not your supply. The divine is your supply. So remember that. And make sure you're not attaching anxiety to spending. The Nine of Pentacles reversed at the center of the reading is also, I just feel like some of us have been in this like, nah, I got it. I'll handle it. Leave me alone. I got it. Like, even the opposite end of that may have been like people pleasy. And so I just feel like wherever you fall on that spectrum between hyper independence and people pleasing, hyper independence and codependence, you may be going to completely different opposite ends of the spectrum, or finally finding like the fulcrum point, finally finding like center when it comes to taking advantage of the resources that are available to you. All right. Final two cards, final two messages for Libra. Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aquarius season 2025. Of course, they go flying. I knew that was going to happen before it happened, of course. I saw Judgment, though. Hey! We got Judgment, the Queen of Wands, and the Hermit that came out. But the Hermit is going to be on the bottom of the deck, but originally the Five of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like there's lots of moving parts. This is that combative ass Aries energy that is coming in. The Judgment, this makes me feel like some of you, it's like time to get off the fence. It's time to make a decision, especially if it involves somebody with Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. There is like, get off the fence, make the announcement, say what needs to be said, take heed on the calling on your heart, take heed on the calling on your life. You're being called towards something. The trumpet of truth is sounding in your life. Tell the truth, shame the devil, say what needs to be said. The Hermit on the bottom of the deck kind of resonates with this Nine of Pentacles reverse, that there's something there around solitude. Solitude versus loneliness. Are you isolating yourself? Are you feeling lonely? Have you been feeling lonely? Do you need to let yourself open up? All these cards are solitary except for the Ten of Pentacles, which that's the sign of, that's the card of wealth and prosperity. So wealth and prosperity comes to you by way of aligning yourself with the right people. And a lot of you already know who the right people are, and a lot of you know who the right people aren't. And I feel like it's time to put some of these motherfuckers on notice. There is something going on about the divine has already given you the vision. The divine is calling you to that place of wearing the crown. The place, it goes from bandage, the bandage and the Nine of Wands that they're wearing, to this like bougie hat that she has on, and the Nine of Pentacles, to finally wearing the crown that Ace of Swords was like, yo, you ready? I feel like a lot of us have been in the dark waiting for instructions. A lot of us have been in this place where we've felt isolated while we search for what we hope and wish for. Because the interesting thing about the Hermit is that there is a star in his lantern, and that star is indicative of the star card, which is Aquarius energy, which is where we're at, the season that we're in right now. And so Libra, sun, moon, and rising, like you are in the midst of a journey, in the midst of a specifically like spiritual journey, and you've been trying to do it alone for a long time, or you have been going alone at it alone. You're convinced you need to do it alone. Wherever you fall on the spectrum, I just feel like there's something there around make the decision for yourself by yourself, but don't make the decision to isolate yourself. That's not like you. And it feels like there's a very important conversation. There's a very important conversation that needs to be had, or a decision that needs to be made around somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Scorpio placements. There's something about resurrecting, being risen up from the dead. The dead are atrophied parts of yourself being called back to life or being resurrected. I just feel like there are parts of you that you thought you lost access to. There are parts of you that you thought were numb that are being awoken by people that are in your life or people that you've surrounded yourself with. And it's time to, Venus in Aries is going to get you in that Aries Queen of Wands energy. She is the visionary. She's the entrepreneur. She is the one with a goal, the one that's consistent, that has a plan. She has very strong sexual energy. She wields her sexual energy very wisely. The Queen of Wands is very particular about who she shares her sexual energy with. She knows how to manipulate her sexual energy. She knows how to harness it into something. And I feel like you're learning how to do the same, or you're learning from somebody, or some of you are having a really important conversation. This could also be a confrontation. So this could be like you need to say something, or you need to make a decision, or you need to get off the fence. You need to handle a situation, end something, uplift someone, whatever it is. And it could possibly turn into a confrontation. I'm excited to clarify this over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Come join my ethical cult. It's fun over there. We're going to clarify all these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content as well. All the links are in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. But let me zoom out a little bit. One court card, one major arcana. So I feel like the big aha moments, the big like cosmic road signs are coming at the tail end of Aquarius season. So the closer we get to Pisces season, the closer these kind of aha moments, or the moment of truth, or the trumpet of truth sounds, or maybe someone with Scorpio placements coming in that I feel like is really like here to resurrect you, or here to lift you up. There could be just some voice of reason, some kind of expansion that's happening. That's happening on I feel like a very cosmic kind of level. Like this is a force that's greater than you. Some of you are getting into the medical field, or getting back into the medical field. Some of you are being called into like pharmaceuticals or something of that nature, medicine in some sort of way, wellness or health in some sort of way. And there's like someone you do this with. There could be like business, like merging two worlds when it comes to like health and wellness. Health, wellness, spirituality could be a thing. So there could be a very big opportunity. I feel like there's some sort of like divine call to action that's coming in, something that's fated, something that's inescapable. And that's going to get you out of this place of feeling so fucking alone. Because you are the sign that governs relationships. And I feel like even those of you who are comfortable in your solitude, comfortable in aloneness, you are meant to inspire other people, which is why this Queen of Wands energy is being activated inside of you, because the vision that the divine gives you, the vision that comes in Aquarius season, the influx of hope and wishes and networking opportunities and connecting to different people, the influx of it all puts you in this position where I feel like you start to influence people on like a whole nother scale. I keep hearing moving on up. Some of us are moving the fuck up because we didn't wait for the logical decision. We waited for the spiritual activation. And there's something there around understanding, are you making spiritual decisions or are you making logical decisions? And which scenarios call for what? Like who you end up with, who you start businesses with, like pairing and stuff like that. When it comes to like people, I feel like those are spiritual decisions. What you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime, that's a spiritual decision, not a logical one. So be careful of being in that air sign, Libra, cerebral energy for too long when the divine is like, yo, I'm about to activate the fuck out of your spirit so that you can be living a faith-based, spirit-based life. I'm ready to look into these cards and clarify this. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.